let's make sure you don't fall into a TikTok trap that a lot of people are falling into right now. We know that TikTok and any social media app prioritizes their newer features. If they're introducing a new feature or functionality, they want you to use it. And the algorithm is pushing the content of the people who are using it because they're trying to grow awareness, because they want to get people comfortable with that kind of content, and they want to encourage more people to do it. This is all driven by the way that they're going to serve ads and how they're going to make money. So paying attention to the features and functionalities they give us is incredibly important. Now, TikTok for many years has been short form vertical content for a very, very long time. It has worked really well for people, but people's attention spans are shifting. And the desire to connect with people is changing how people are creating content. And we know that TikTok has given us several new features that not a lot of people are using right now, but would be very beneficial for you to use. So you should definitely still be creating short form vertical content that speaks to your audience, that connects with them, that is faster paced or slower paced in a way that connects with them to allow them to want to stay on your videos. That is a staple, and that will be with TikTok for a very long time. So creating that is important, but it's also important to make some of these other types of content with it. Several times a week, you should be using some of these other types of functionalities that TikTok is giving us. And right now, we know that TikTok is opening a new app called TikTok Notes. This is a photo-based app that is going to allow us to use those photo slides, the photo albums that they've given us for the last little bit of time, to take those over to TikTok Notes and to be able to post there as well. And so you need to be strongly implementing some photo or graphic based strategy into your TikTok. In fact, right now we're seeing the albums that people can swipe through with dedicated static graphics, be it photos or text graphics. And most of even the photos are also going to need some type of text, be it educational, instructional, inspirational, something on it, so that people have a reason to swipe and have a reason to share it with their friends and with the people that they care about on TikTok. We're seeing people who are creating albums like that have much more success than just normal videos because they're leaning into it, because they're opening a new app. Falling into the trap of not using that is going to be a problem for you. They've also given us access to long-form horizontal content. They're trying to take business away from YouTube. They want you to take your content and move it over to the app. And this is going to take some trial and error because what works on YouTube may not necessarily work on TikTok, and what works on TikTok may not necessarily work on YouTube. So taking some of your YouTube content and trying it on TikTok is a good choice. But also creating longer form content, horizontal or vertical, is really valuable for you to be testing out because they're leaning heavily into this. Remember, the more time people spend on a social media app, the more ads they can run, the more money they can make. So if you're keeping someone there for 30 seconds, but somebody else is keeping them there for 2 minutes, who do you think is going to be given priority? People who are creating content that gets more views and keeps more people on the platform and gets more shares and comments and likes and all of those things will be prioritized in the algorithm system. So TikTok is being very clear. They want you to have a variety of content on the platform. Short form still does really well because people like the ability to swipe and move on. But longer form allows you to really dial in and have a conversation with your audience. If you can tell a story, a completed story without fluff in a longer period of time, that's probably going to serve you well on the platform. If you can create albums of graphics or photos that people are swiping through and sharing because they're educational, instructional, or inspirational, that's going to do really well for you. So during the course of your content week on TikTok, you should be focused on your short form content and adding in maybe a longer piece of content once a week and maybe an album or two once a week of static graphics. This is going to allow you to have variation. This is going to allow you to meet the algorithm's needs in different ways. And because they've given us access to these things, we know that it's important to lean into that. So keeping people on the platform as long as possible by giving them really good quality content is going to work to your benefit and to serve you. Do not fall into the trap of just doing what you are comfortable with. Gemma agrees with me. She's having her seasonal allergies right now. But you want to make sure that you are spending your time and effort wisely on the platform and not just doing what you've been doing for years. Because what you've been doing for years is not going to get you to where you need to go and grow tomorrow. Leveling up your content by varying it and using the features and functionalities that TikTok gives us is incredibly important. And making sure that you do that right now is going to be the key to your success. Follow along for more as we continue to help you break down what is working right now on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, live streaming, and with the tools and resources you need to level up your content. We drop daily videos here on the channel, helping you to make this your most profitable year ever with least amount of stress and overwhelm and time commitment on your content creation as possible. We'll see you in the upcoming episodes.